Hello, Nisha. Good morning, baby. How are you doing, Nisha? I'm fine, honey bun. What are you up doing? Granny's getting ready to do a facial steam. What are you up doing, honey bunny? Granny is doing very well today. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're doing good. You got any plans for the day? Good morning, guys. Granny is preparing to go to the gym. As everybody knows, she's in a fitness challenge with her mod. Her mod happens to be a man. She is not going to get outdone by anybody, not even a man. No, I'm very glad to see you, baby. What are you doing today, Sugar Plum? What are you doing today, girl? What are you doing? I had a good day. It's night right now. What time is it, Nisha? Where you're at, honey bun? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Granny is preparing to go to the gym, but I have to do my facial steaming first. Is there any way to bring 2000s or 80s era back? I wish. I wish. Granny really wishes. Oh my gosh, do I wish. That was my best day. Hello, honey bun. How's your challenge going on, Granny? Well, my fitness challenge is going good, except for the fact Granny just had that triple surgery. So it's times I have to tell myself, as hard as I want to go, I have to tell myself, hey, you're going to actually hurt yourself here. So that's a bummer. But that's why we're not just doing a 30-day challenge. We're going to take it to 60. We're going to take it to 90. Then we're taking it to 120. My mod, he had a traumatic brain injury as well. So we both have things working against us. It's not going to stop us. He's a heck of a guy, too, to even survive something like that mentally, emotionally. So the goal is for us to get fit. But the goal is also for us not to hurt each other. Is it Alan? Thank you, honey bun. Granny really appreciates that. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, Nisha. I'm still going to win. I mean, without a doubt, I'm definitely going to win. Are you on the girl team or are you on the boy team? Granny's definitely going to win. She's not going to be outdone by her mod. But, what the heck can you do? Day by day, that's all I could do. I got a new facial steamer for back here in the YouTube room. So I'm giving myself the facial steam before I go to the gym. You can do it, Granny. Thank you, Nisha. Very outstanding look. Thank you, Alan. Hello, is that Babby, baby? What challenge are y'all talking about? We're doing a fitness challenge. A lot of people don't know it, but Granny's been in the gym her whole life. Gymnastics, weightlifting, things of that nature. Granny had a bunch of, as you see right now, I have no muscle mass. None. Granny had to take a lot of downtime, probably 7 months. It's been about 12 months, but 7 months was doing really nothing because I've had such extensive surgeries back to back to back to back. So Granny just getting back into the game, but it won't take long at all. If anybody knows, muscle memory is amazing. So Granny's gonna bulk up pretty quick. So I didn't want to get bulky like I was going, for like a competitive look, but it is what it is. The Aries, if you don't have muscles, you're still very pretty. Oh, it's all right if you don't have muscles, you're still very pretty. Thank you, Babby. But Granny's going to get her muscles back. I guarantee you that. I'm going to get my muscles back without a doubt. Oh, it means all right. Well, thank you. You gotta teach me all the new abbreviations and the short term words. I'm not up on it. That's not fair. You're too young to be called Granny, but I love this name Granny on you. Well, no, baby, I actually am a granny and I'm not young. Granny don't want to lie. I'm not young. I hope you get whatever you want. Thank you, Babby. How are you doing today, Babby? What time is it where you're at, honey bun? No, Nisha, I'm actually a grandma. I thought you were like 34 or something. No way. I wish. 34 was a long, long, long time ago. Who can guess? Who can guess? Who can guess how old Granny is? No, I'm way over 34. I wish. I'm 34 in my dreams. You still look very young. Not every day. It depends on how I'm feeling. To tell you the truth, there's days when I look older than my age. You look 35, 36. Mm, I wish. I wish. I really, really, really wish. Oh, Lord, I wish. Doesn't hurt to hope. It doesn't hurt to have a little fantasy. Yeah, in Granny's mind, she's younger. But no, one thing about Granny, Granny has a very young soul, very young mind, very young everything. You don't have to wish, you really do. Look, oh, Nisha, I wish. Thank you, honey bun. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate those kind comments. I wish, though. Granny's an old woman now, y'all. I never thought it would happen, but it happened. Happens to the best of us. We all get old. Here's the harsh reality. We're born to go there. We have a very short time here. You have to enjoy it. That's it and that's all. You got to try to make the best out of life. No, don't say that. You're not old. Well, Nisha, this is a thing. You have to embrace yourself getting old. It just is what it is. Like I said, it's going to happen to all of us. It's going to happen to every last one of us. You can't prove it by me. I enjoy it if we were together. Hello, Walking Tall. I do have a very young mind. Granny refuses to grow up. I'm on my grown woman stuff, but you become old when your mind becomes old. Remember that. As long as your mind is young, fresh, vibrant, you're going to stay. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Yep, we're all gonna reach this age at one point in time. Enjoy life while you can. That's all I have to say. That's very true. Just embrace yourself the way you are. Amen. I woke up today, Nisha. That's all that matters. Granny woke up today. Good morning, ma'am, and how are you doing this morning? I'm all right. I'm preparing to go to the gym. Because my mod, let's talk about it. He's rubbing it in that I haven't been to the gym. At the end of the day, I'm still in the fitness challenge. I can't excuse what I have going on in life. I can't make excuses. I can't do any of that. I gotta get to it. Do I have time to do this today? No, I don't. But, you gotta make time for whatever you want. And I want to beat Jeff in the competition. So, Granny ain't gonna be no quitter. It ain't over till it's over. How are you doing this morning, walking tall? Somebody said something yesterday. I forget who it was, but remember they said you were 2 quarters. That's something that will always stick with me. I just love that saying. I really love that. Good morning, Lady J, and everyone in chat passing by to support. Thank you, Lady J. Granny's just doing a facial steam, and then I am preparing to go to the gym. I got to get on that fitness challenge. I got to. I can't make excuses. When will the challenge officially be over? Well, we're just not doing a 30-day. We're doing a 60. We're doing a 90. We're doing a 120. Me and Jeff are always going to be in competition from this point on. What it do today from Houston? Hello, Houston. Houston in the house. Granny loves you. I am preparing to go to the gym for my 30-day fitness challenge, which isn't just 30 days. It's never ending. Granny is going up against her mod, and he's a man, and I refuse to be outdone by anybody. If anybody knows, Granny's like a whole tomboy. So yeah, I'm not being outdone by anybody, especially a man. No, I'm not way too young. I am actually an older woman. Granny is an older woman, guys. But thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm definitely not 30. That was many moons ago. Where's everybody from in here? Well, thank you. Thank you. I wish that was true, but it's not. Granny don't want to be dishonest to anybody. Uh-oh, there's Neek. How are you, honey bun? What are you doing today? Where's everybody from, you guys? Are you at work, not at work, laying down? Cam Golded. Good morning, Cam Golded. Hello, Bumblecop. How are you? Happy Thursday. As I'm 30, tell me how to look like you. I don't know. Granny, listen, Granny has her bad days where she looks like total trash. This is definitely not her best. Fresno, California, but I live in Minnesota. Oh, I love that. I'm laying down, running from the heat. Oh, great. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm like, it's already hot now. I'm steaming. I should have did this after the gym, but oh well. Just got back from the mountains. Oh my God, did you enjoy yourself? How are you today, gorgeous as always? I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. Brian, where in the heck have you been, Brian? Granny has been missing you. Now you look like you can outwork me. I'm proud of you. Well, Granny is, even on her worst day, Granny, even though I've lost my muscle mass and stuff like that, Granny can still do a lot. I tried to share it on my page, but for some reason, I'll be back in 10 hours. Very nice to see you, Bumbleclot. Please follow Granny's page so you can stay updated on her fitness challenge. Awesome, Granny. Keep having a blessed and highly favored day. Thank you so much, Cam Golded. Yes, you can. My legs are screaming. Aw. Are you okay, sunshine? Only thing I can say about aging, Granny's multiracial. I have many ethnicities. And, there's this saying out there. We all know Granny's black. We know Granny's Asian. We know Granny's Caucasian. We know Granny's this. We know Granny's that. And there's this thing out here where they say black don't crack. Black don't crack, but it does sag. What I'm learning throughout life is all races age. Some age differently. One thing I can suggest, Granny's never been able to be faithful to any skin treatment. If I were able to, I would look a lot better. I miss the days of Beaver Cleaver, Ponderosa, Bonanza. Yes, Granny's that old. I used to watch that. You're very kind. Darn, it's hard to find people like you. Oh no, Granny is. Granny is very. My page is just somewhere where I come on here. I read every comment. I try to converse with everybody. I love getting to know people, and that's about it. That's about it. Thank you. Thank you for subbing. I'm going to call you now because you have a very long leg. That's what somebody else said was their legs. So you have a very long name. Thank you very much for subbing. Is it Paulo? Nice to meet you. I'm just amazed. This is awesome. Oh, anyways, back to the skin treatments. This is one that everybody sleeps on. Put Vaseline on your face before you go to sleep. Had Granny would have done that, Granny would be looking much, 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 much different now. It's just a secret. It's been around since the beginning of time, and people have come out with all these new products and stuff, and they forgot Vaseline. Put it on before you go to bed. If you're worried about damaging your pillows, that's one thing. Granny knows so much stuff. Granny knows how to grow hair. Granny knows a lot of things, skin treatments, natural this, natural that. Granny spent years studying that. So I can basically, Granny can't keep up with the routine, but I can tell you whatever you need to know to fix yourself. Skin steaming is very important. If you smoke, that's going to change a lot of things, but just know Granny spent years of her life. Granny spent more time in the sun at the beach than anywhere. Granny never wore sunscreen, never did anything. So Granny should actually look way worse than what I do. Way, way, way worse than what I do. Introducing her to me means myself versus myself as a woman. Oh no, I love your name. I love your name. I am Wade. So Wade, you're a man? Well, it's very nice to meet you, Wade. Our Granny is a mix of all peoples of the world. It's a mix of beauty and grace. Your Brian O'Connor has nothing but love for Granny. Brian, you know Granny loves you. I love everybody. Good morning, Deborah. There's my baby. Everybody's my baby, my girl, my boy. I love everybody. Well, man, should I say? But you can't say, oh, that's my man. So you have to be like, that's my homie, or yes, my skin is great because of it. Yes, Vaseline is a great thing, but there's a lot of other things out there you can use. See you later. Thank you, Walking Tall. You have a good day, honey bun. Oh, you're a girl. I'm sorry. Listen, Granny's struggling. Let me go to the big words. Granny cannot read these little words, guys. You see, I got steam blowing in my face. It's a lot going on. How are you this morning, Deborah? I love to be your baby girl. Yep, everybody. Uh-oh. My mod is in the building. Jeff, you see with this, this means, Granny bought 3 of these. Something's wrong with the pads inside. It's like doing a lot. But you know what this means when I got this on, right? Good morning, Kelvin. My mod in the blue. Let's talk about it. That's who I have the fitness challenge against. How are you doing, Kevin? How are you doing, Deborah? What are you guys doing today? Kelvin, Granny she got a day off. And my mod, let's talk about it. He's letting me know that my excuses don't hold weight to why I'm not in the gym. And he's right about that. And how dare I start the fitness challenge and not be able to stay focused? Not that Granny can't stay focused. It's just Granny really has a lot going on in her life. There's a lot I do not. You guys know Granny's a real personal person. I just keep everything personal, and I don't show anything pretty much. Granny's life is really hectic. I just make it look very, very, very good. Coming to check on Granny. Meek, I love you, baby. But Jeff's just letting me know, that regardless what you got going on in life, and that's what I love about Jeff. He keeps me grounded. Jeff is a very good friend to me, guys. And just you guys are equally just as good friends, but I just got a little bit more time put in with Jeff. But Jeff keeps me grounded. He checks on me, I check on him. And he just kind of reminds me, that, hey, regardless, whatever you got going on in your life, you still have to find time for the things you want to do, the things you need. Time for me. I have to find time for me. And he knows I lack that. There's a lot of times where I'm not eating properly. I'm just not doing everything I need. Everything I need to do for me is not getting done. And it's just because I'm overextending myself to help so many people. So Jeff is just that reminder, like, hey, I love you, friend. Get on your ish. And sometimes we need that. So you guys, if you ever think Granny's slack and slipping, you see Granny comes on here with bags under her eyes every single day. She's not sleeping properly, help me care for me, because I always put myself on the back burner. I will never take no harm in what anybody says. I need more people like Jeff in my life to be like, hey, Granny. Everybody knows Granny don't really eat how she's supposed to. So a lot of times you'll see people say, Granny, did you eat? Granny, did you do this? Granny, did you do that? Because they do know I'm overextending myself. Yep, Jeff is all love. Mark, where in the heck have you been? How's your wife doing? Good morning, Granny and everybody. Mark, are you okay? I've been worried about you. Are you all right? Mark is my other go-to. Let me see. I got Mark. I got James. I got Mimi. I got, oh my gosh, Granny's so bad with names. I got my mods, most definitely. I got Deborah. Everybody on here. I don't want to miss anybody's names. Everybody on here is just extremely good to Granny. And as much as you guys don't know, you serve purposes in my life. And Granny needs that. Sometimes, you meet people. Now Granny's gonna be all hot and sweaty from the steam. You meet people and people think friendship means you have to know them and go to dinner with them and stuff like that. Sometimes kind words do a lot. Good conversation does a lot. And everybody on here gives me that. And I try to give that back to them in return. Ooh, Granny's hot now. Hey, Granny, what's your sign? I love the energy. Granny can't tell her sign because she's going to do a giveaway one day. And it's going to be about guess her age, guess where she lives, and, the sign kind of goes along with the, So that's why Granny doesn't tell, because she's going to actually do a giveaway. But I want to wait till I get a lot more people that are actually involved in my page and stuff like that, That's what I do. I want to, I'm going to do things like Bath and Body, gift cards to restaurants. I have, a bunch of different things I'm going to do. And I don't want it to be like a hard questions, something that'll be kind of fun. Kiwi says, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because, Granny wants to, just like Granny's people supports her. You guys, I have all this steam. I'm so hot right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like covered in steamy sweat. There's a lot going on here, but everything is good. Wife is great. I'm driving down listening. Oh my God, Mark, don't type while you're driving. Mark, don't you ever. Mark, you just listen. I don't want anything to happen. If you type again, you're getting a pow pow. Mark, I'm assuming, is going to work. Mark and his wife are festive, you guys. They have cookouts. I would love to go to one of Mark's cookouts. Like and subscribe. My mom says like and subscribe. Getting my new glasses. Enjoy the chat, foreign squad. We'll talk later. Jeffy, before you go, honey bun, you might need to get a microphone. Or let me tell you this. See if one of your girls got a phone that's not turned on. It don't even have to be turned on. You just need a phone that works. It doesn't even have to be like hooked to service or anything like that, because you can hook it to internet. But just a phone that maybe they don't want, so that way you ain't got to go out of pocket right now. But just something where you can get a louder voice. Granny's guilty of that too. Granny does not talk loud. I don't know why. I'm guilty of that too. I'm so excited about your new glasses, Jeff. You have to show us what you got. Hello, Sunflower. So does anybody have anything that they're proud of, something they're going through, anything you need advice for? Granny's here for anything. There is, I don't care if you say, hey, my kid didn't talk loud to me this week. Anything is worth making a big deal about. Anything is worth being proud. There's no such thing as, or just enjoyment or just sharing something. There's no such thing as something too small. There's no such thing as something too big. We just like to support everybody, and you know how Granny is. So never feel like, oh, that's not good enough to tell anybody, or oh, that's not nothing to be proud of. Anything is worth being proud of. Granny is willing to support anybody. We have people on here going to college. We have people on here taking exams. They just kind of share this stuff with Granny. Then everybody in the chat, we support them and stuff like this. Just something I do. Just something I do. I love to see people succeed. It doesn't matter what it's at. I don't care if you got a job at Walmart. Let's congratulate it. There's nothing too small, nothing too big, and that's just how I feel. I know Granny's a big old cornball, but Granny's just, Granny just tries to be happy. There's so much bad going on in the world. And, once again, Granny's no better than anybody else. Granny makes mistakes. Granny's not perfect. And Granny shares that on a daily basis so you can understand. I am mere mortal like everybody else. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. There's no perfect job. There's no perfect career. There's no perfect relationship. There's no perfect parenting. There's no perfect anything. We're human. We're meant to make mistakes in life. That's how we learn. All Granny does, she tries to keep people from making certain mistakes because of being an older woman. I know what's going to happen in the long run. I know for every action, there's a reaction. And I'm not saying I know all reactions, but I know a lot of things at this point. And I think it's something that more of us elders should do. Why we don't do it, I don't know, but Granny does it. So Granny just tries to, keep people from, put it like this. Granny still learns from her elders on an everyday basis. I learn from young people sometimes. I'm not above learning anything from anybody. I'm always willing. I actually look forward to. Granny does get mentored by her elders on the regular. So I'm learning things every single day. We learn until we go, people in their 70s, 80s, as much as they know, they're still capable of learning something. And it's just, an interest Granny took into her own personal heart and soul. Because since I do have grown-up children, my children are kind of old. Granny does have grown-up children, and Granny has big grandkids. And, I just know the repercussions a lot from a lot of things. And I just hate to see people go through things that are going to affect them negatively down the line in the future, that they just, my ex is a mechanic. I've been having car problems since we split about a year and a half, but I guess what I found a great mechanic, the smallest thing is sometimes. Yes, congratulations, Kiwi. It's very important you have a good mechanic. And this is no mechanics, if you're watching Granny, don't get mad, but this is kind of for any profession. Those professions are there to make a bag off of you. They really are. They really know, Kiwi, this is important. You don't understand how having a mechanic, a good mechanic, is very, very important. Granny had good personal mechanics for probably 75% of her life. But there are people, there are companies, it doesn't matter if they're fixing your AC in your house, your central air unit. It doesn't matter if they're fixing your car. It doesn't matter if they're doing something on your house. People will slide things in there that are not wrong. People will say, yes, this is wrong. It ain't wrong. You know, how many times have somebody took their car to the shop and, see, the thing is, okay, here's a good example. When it comes to cars, it's about troubleshooting. Yeah, even the best mechanic. That's why you have to make sure you have a super good mechanic. It's a process of elimination. They could say it's this. You could spend all this money to get it fixed. Well, here, that wasn't it. Now you got to get something else fixed. Now you got to get something else fixed. So having a good mechanic is very important. What Granny's done at this point, I have just started using a pricey tire shop. And it's like hit or miss with them. But the only reason I've chose to do that is because if I'm spending that amount of money, I want a certain type of service. I want a certain quality of service. Now I've went and I've done simple things as, what's the last thing that went wrong? I got an oil change. And Granny has to use European oil. And it's time for Granny has to order the oil because nobody has the oil. It's like so hit or miss. And doing something as small as changing oil, they cracked my cap, they cracked this, they cracked that. And I had to replace each and every last thing until we figured out what was going on. And here to find out they cracked multiple things. And this was a brand name shop. We're talking $200 for an oil change. Bye, Granny. Have a great day. Actually, having internet issues. Oh, Granny has them all the time because I have so many devices. People think I have bad service. I mean, I'm bad internet, but I have so many devices hooked up. I mean, and we have one of the best internets out there. But because we have, like right here alone in this room, is 6 devices hooked up to the internet. Shall I say this part of the room? So if you were to go to the door locks, the this, the that, the devices in the next room, the devices in the next room. My sister works from home. She's plugged straight into the modem. Not one job, but 3 jobs. Then all the devices there. Yes, that does affect everything, Nisha. I totally get it. It'll be time for Granny to be lagging. I'll be like, oh my gosh, why me? I get it. I get it. Nisha, you enjoy your day. Yes, Kiwi girl, you got to have you a good mechanic and a good doctor. 2 things you need in life: good mechanic and good doctor. Without them, things could get very, very, very ugly. Sunflower, did I tell you good morning? Did you guys eat breakfast? Granny hasn't ate no breakfast yet. Granny, you are Brian O'Connor in Portland is stepping out for breakfast. Be safe and happy, everyone. Brian, enjoy your breakfast, honey bun. I was thinking about it. I was just going to rush off to the gym. And now that you said it, unless somebody says it, Granny has to eat too. You see, that's how, things that small, how it just slips Granny's mind. Well, not that small. Food is major. Yes, and a new mechanic told me a car is just like the body. It is. It is. It is. That's why, car maintenance is very pricey. But in order to keep that car running, they have dates or miles where you have to do this, or you need to have this checked, or you have to do that. And basically, to keep that car running like new, you have to do those things, sadly enough. And it does cost a decent amount to do it. But, your car is your investment. Your body is your investment, I'm so glad. You just don't know. Granny's so glad to hear that about your mechanic. Granny being a woman and being single, or just being a woman that don't depend on others. I understand the importance of having a good mechanic, especially being a woman. Man, it's a little different. You're a little crafty, You might have some buddies, but a woman, you have to have certain things in your corner. That's how I am, Kiwi. Oh, Kiwi, we're the same. Good morning, Granny. How are you doing today? I'm doing very good, Curtis. How are you doing? I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I just did a facial steam. So I'm just like, I'm realizing now why I'm asking everybody, what did they eat for breakfast? I'm like, Granny, you didn't even eat for breakfast. Eat anything for breakfast. You're worried about everybody else. What did they eat? Oh, well, sunshine. You didn't even eat, Granny. That's an example of Granny worries about everybody else but herself. On my way to the gym, you guys know I mentor the young adults of the age 30, sometimes a little bit older. And Granny will stop. When Granny mentors somebody, she gets to know the people in their house and stuff like that. And some of the kids, Granny, well, they're not kids, they're young adults. Granny took the young adults to work, so I know that they got some elders at home and stuff like that. Granny will stop and feed every last one of them and won't even feed herself. And it's not intense, so my mind is just like, okay, you got to go get this for this person. This person needs that. This person needs that. And it's like, Kiwi, I'm my own worst enemy. Just know my heart is of gold, but I truly neglect myself. And I don't know why that is, because I actually love myself. But I don't know. I don't know. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. Granny doesn't try to be that person. She just ends up being that person where she puts herself on the back burner. It's never intentional, but it happens every single day. Gosh darn it, I don't know why. But what can I do? I do what my mind, heart, and soul tells me. Everything else after that will fall into place. And that's just how I feel. I don't have a man, but I'm learning how to get things done without one. Amen. I almost feel too independent, and guys get intimidated when they see getting things done. Your spirit is so special. Thank you. You know what? Well, that's Granny's thing. Granny is too independent. And what I'm realizing that, oh, Curtis, you can always come to the gym. Men want women to be women. Is that fair for me to say? As much as Granny is pro woman, I'm a tomboy. I can do anything a man can do. Men actually like women to be a women. I mean, a women. Granny is tongue twisted every time she gets on here. I have common sense and can talk perfectly when I'm off here. But when I get on here, it's like men just like to be a dominant figure in the house, and as it should be. That's how it's intended to be. And anytime you throw that balance off, Good morning. Good to see you live once again. How are you, Peabody? I love you, honey bun. Good vibes here. Yes, very good vibes. Granny just tries to be happy for everyone because you never know. This is my thing. Everybody on my page could be going through something. So there's no reason for you to come to my page and be like, oh gosh, look what Granny's going through. Oh, look at the negativity. Look at this. Look at that. It's better, maybe I might say something that might brighten your day. Sometimes it's just as simple. I'm at work. I'm in customer service and I deal with people all day long. And I say things I don't even mean sometimes just because it was embedded into me by my father. A nice compliment goes a long way. So let's say I got an older lady in front of me. I might mean it, I might not. I'll say, oh my gosh. And I can tell she's an older woman. I'll say something silly like, what's your secret, girl? Oh my God, look, we got a 19-year-old up here. I just kind of overdo it a little bit, boost your ego, boost. And that's a bad example. But, just to show you that I will go out of the way to boost her ego, boost her confidence. Maybe she looks sad, we just have and she doesn't even have to look sad. I'm a human. I know we have a lot going on with our life, especially when you're older. You most definitely have older kids. You pretty much probably have grandkids. You've dealt with people going to heaven, so it's just about making somebody feel good for that moment. And that moment might carry on for a couple hours. I have a lot of people that come to my job just because I sincerely make them feel good. I tell the guys, I know they're been coming there for 3 years, and now they come there just for me. I'm not saying like to flirt with Granny or nothing like that. Just because of customer service, I give them. I'll say something like, "I know their work. I know where they work at. I know everything. I mean, not everything, but you get to know people. I know where they're at that present time." And I'll say something silly like, "You running the streets or you working?" Just little conversation. It's just about lightening up the moment. You know, Granny's that person. I just like to make people feel good. That's it. I know. I know. Don't judge Granny, guys. The new culture of men is so sensitive. No, you know what, Kiwi? I'm going to say this. I don't think the new culture of men are too sensitive. I think we as women, way back, there's this thing where, women had to fight for rights and women had to do that, and women. It's a different day. Marriages aren't staying together, relationships aren't staying together. So we're forced by life to be more independent and stronger than we should actually be. Now, don't take that wrong. I'm going to piggyback off of it, because at the end of the day, a man is meant to be a dominant figure in the house. So now you meet this man, you meet this man, you meet this man, you meet this man, and there's 4 guys to choose from, and they're looking at you like, "Oh, I like her, but she's a little too." Not that they want you to be yes ma'ams, yes ladies, do girls or anything like that. A man just wants a lady to be a little bit more softer tone. A man wants to feel needed. A man wants to feel like a man. Once you make a man feel not like a man, and it's easily done, you know, the relationship is not going to work. That man always has to feel like that dominant figure, because in life, that's how it's intended to be. We might not agree with the philosophy or whatever it is, because a lot of us women, like Granny is a very strong woman. That's why you don't see no man here right now, because it takes a certain type of person, not because men don't want to date Granny or nothing like that. Granny's just not going to waste her time just to say she has a boyfriend. Granny's not the type to just date. See, a lot of us date just to have a man or a woman. Granny's not that person. I did that when I was young, and I did a lot of it. I have to have somebody that mentally gives me a mental challenge. I have to have somebody that has great conversation. I have to have somebody that has A, B, C, and D. I just don't have to settle. That's what a lot of us settle, just to have boyfriends and girlfriends. We settle, and we're not happy because we feel like we need to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Stimulate my mind. That's right. If you can't stimulate my mind now, and see, this is the thing. Men, one thing I will say, men do give up a little quick on us women. They're like, "Oh, she's too headstrong. She's too this, she's too that." Men need to give us a little bit more of a chance sometimes and not run away so quick, because if a man is doing his man duties, a woman will humble down and assume her position. That's all I'm saying. If a man is doing what he's supposed to do as a man, like Granny's the alpha female. So If I run into an alpha male, of course he's gonna have to be alpha male because of who I am. But if I run into a alpha male because he's on his alpha male man-ish, even though I'm an alpha female, I'm going to naturally fall below him. But that's how you know some men might not be on their ish. If they can't make you humble down and assume your position, and I'm using those words loosely when I say humble down and assume your position, but you know what I mean. If he can't do that, he might not be the man for you. Seen? Hey, Granny be on it. One thing about Granny, listen, Granny will never get on here and tell anybody any lies. I will never mislead anybody. I don't do that. I tell the truth, and it is what it is. Like a lot of men will see Granny because you see this Granny, but that's why I always tell you guys, I don't tell my story to brag. I tell my story because there's a life lesson in it. Granny's a life lesson. So I use myself now that we're getting to know each other a little bit more, Now I think people are starting to understand, Okay, here let me give you an example. Granny dated a police officer. Now you think, police officer, he's a trained ooter, Granny was more dominant than him. So therefore it was not going to work. Granny dated somebody that was in the army and made a very high rank and was in the army to the point where you couldn't army anymore. He got bodies under his belt, lots of them. A trained Uda. Granny was more dominant than him, so therefore it would not work. That's why I'm here. Thank you, Scene. You're on point. Love you. Thank you, honey bun. So it's just kind of like, and we as women, we have to learn, hey, maybe we need to take it down. Who we have to be by ourselves isn't who we have to be when we're in a relationship. But we're so used to being this person. But then when we go to date somebody, we have to realize, even though we are that person, that strong, dominant, I can do everything by myself. Not saying a man wants to see you like, oh, woe is me, I can't do anything by myself. You still have to tone it down just a little bit. I dated a nurse and he was so caring, but not protective. Yes. You don't like no granny. I think he meant to say you don't look like no granny. Thank you, but I am. I'm an old woman. Granny has a whole turkey neck. Look, wrinkles. Granny got an old woman. I have to work on it too, Kiwi. Listen, Granny has to work on it too. Granny is rough. How old? You gotta guess. Alan, make sure you subscribe to Granny because Granny's gonna do a giveaway for that. And if a man or a woman gets the right answer, I will make that gift fit for a man or a woman. So something, just fun. Thank you, Kiwi. Yeah, Granny's very dominant. So, and then on top of that, I talk like a boy. And I'm not talking about how deep my voice and just my conversation. I don't have that soft, just because Granny gets on here and gives soft. Granny's a masculine woman outside of here. I get on here and I act a certain way because I have a lot of elders, 65 older and up. And just because Granny was savage at one point in her life, not everybody's meant to see my savage. Not everybody has to be introduced to that savage. Maybe they deserve to see the other side of Granny. You see what I'm saying? My masculinity is there to protect my girl's femininity, not to dominate. Facts. You say it, see. Facts. Coming from a man's mouth. Facts. Say it again. I'm the same way. Grew up, all boy cousins and all uncles. Kiwi, Granny only got one girlfriend in her whole life. And it's her sister. Yeah, that's it. Seeing you said a mouthful, then I'm so glad a man said that from his perspective. Granny gets so tongue-tied and so twisted that it just, as much as she's trying to say, it's not, my delivery ain't, No, you said a mouthful. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I think, a lot of Granny's roughness is Granny spent a lot of years in the streets, over 20. I don't want to lie to anybody. Even though Granny, managed stores and did like things like that, Granny had good jobs. Granny never used her body or nothing like that. But this is why I share my story, so you'll understand. Granny was in the streets, did what the men did. I want to prove, once again, because I was always around men. I was raised by, even though my mother and father were in the same home, I was always with my dad. My dad had guy friends. My dad didn't have woman friends. They brought their sons along. Not a lot of them had daughters. So I was always playing with boys since a young age. I was always around men. I was out there on a horse farm working, doing man activities. And as I got older, the things changed. And I chose different men activities. But Granny's a girly girl. She loves, well, no, she's a tomboy, but she likes girly stuff. I think everybody sees Granny buys, she's a shopper. She buys duplicates of everything. She loves body sprays. She loves, I'm a typical woman when it comes to shopping, but because I was in the streets for so long, you have to have a certain persona when you're in the streets or you're going to get unalived. People had tried to unalive Granny over this many times. You have to have a certain strength. You have to have a certain, you know what I'm saying? You have to have a certain wildness to you. And just because Granny's no longer in the streets, don't think, that part of her is going to leave. So I'm always going to have that rougher demeanor. Don't forget you have a beautiful smile. Hold on, scene. Let me try it again. Don't forget you have another reason Granny slurs is or her words don't come out right. Granny had this surgery. How long's it been? 2 months, 3 months? I don't know, but they drilled a hole in Granny's jaw right here. And as you see, like everything's kind of uneven and stuff like that. Granny's had excessive surgeries, but this last surgery, they drilled a big hole in my jaw, and it's going to take about a year to heal, and it's hurting Granny. It's hurting Granny very, very bad. So Scene said, don't forget you have a beautiful smile. It's very contagious. It keeps me smiling throughout my day. Well, Scene, that's what makes Granny happy. That's what makes me very, very happy. Alan says, that's okay. You still have a cute smile. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan. Granny hasn't decided what she's doing. These are not her permanent teeth. As you see, they're not even. They go up like this. Granny's jaw was broken. Granny's jaw went like this. So as you see now, it goes like this. I've had a lot of bone put in there. I've had to do a lot of things. Granny don't want to take any more teeth off. Granny just don't want to do any of that. It hurts. I'm just like, don't touch me. I got to go to the dentist. I've had such extensive dental work done. I have to go to the dentist every 3 months until I go to heaven. Every 3 months until I go to heaven to get extensive cleanings. So, I don't know. And it's all branched off from a broken jaw. So, sorry to hear that. Prayers for fast healing. Granny's been going through these surgeries since, let me see. I broke my jaw. Let me do the math. You guys will actually be surprised when I tell you this. 13 years ago. 13 years ago, I broke my jaw. Now, things were a lot different 13 years ago, and not saying there weren't dentists that could do it or whatever, but the price was unbelievable. And I found a dentist that could do it, but not only could she do it, She understood my fear. I was getting such extensive stuff done where she understood my fear. And she actually had one person, and his job was to come in there and hold my hand, just to even get the shots in my mouth. And she's like, you know what? Maybe we're going to give you some gas. Like, she knew my fear level was just, that's a lot to go through while you're awake. And she actually walked me through the process. We're really good friends. She's allowed me to make payments, because the things I get done cost a lot of money, a lot of money. And she's like, you know what? What do you want? 6 months? Do you want 9 months? Do you want a year? I went and seen a lot of dentists, and I told them all my story. I never lied to any of them. But this one dentist was a lady. We were in there crying. I'm like, I was just very honest. I don't know. It's so crazy because I had 3 other appointments scheduled. I was on I can't even count how many dentists. I had 3 other appointments, and something told me, no, don't go to them. Something was like my heart, like the higher power was telling me, no, go to this one dentist. Go to this one dentist. Like, I don't know who was giving me this. I don't know. Somebody was talking to me. If you know what I mean by somebody was talking to me, you understand, like somebody was giving me this signal, some higher power somewhere. And I went to this dentist, and like I said, we were just chit-chatting, and it turned into we were crying. And she said, I'll be right back. I said, okay. And I'm in there crying. I'm like, oh my God, maybe I told her too much. I don't know what it is. She came back, and she had a piece of paper, and she was gone for like 30 minutes. And her office was busy beyond busy. I mean, I can't even believe that we were in there crying for the hour we were crying for. She came back and she gave me the paper. She said, this is what I'll charge you. And I looked, and the number was big. I'm not going to lie. The number was big. She said, your whole mouth, everything. She said, I'm not saying things are going to pop up along the way. Things are going to change, but that's why you have to come here every 3 months so we can see how things are going. Things are always, just because we finish this, things are still going to pop up and they're going to have to be done. But she said, here's your price. And I'm like, my price was 50 grand, 50 grand, 50 grand, 50 grand. And I know everybody's like, but you know what my price really should have been? I know you guys think 50 stacks is a lot. At a dentist, it's not. It's not. It's not. And let me tell you about the 50. That was a broken down price. That was a broken down price. So imagine what it really would have been. These dentists are not cheap. The work I needed was not cheap. Let me give you an example. To get bone put in one spot can go up to 10 grand. To get bone replacement in a spot no bigger than a pencil eraser can cost you up to 10 grand. That's what people fail to realize. And because of the jaw being broke and stuff like that, I will always have to get bone grafts. I will always have to get, and the dentist was like, hey, we're going to do what's most important. We're going to start there. This is your price. Seeing, you'd be surprised. People go take mortgages. People go take out, I can't think. What is it? Oh, I can't think. What is it? Tip of my tongue. Oh, Granny can't get it. Anyways, where you go and you get hey, I need some money for this. What is that called? A second mortgage. There you go, Scene. I love you, Scene. I tell you, Granny knows what she talks about, but sometimes she just can't get it out. They will go take a second mortgage out just to get their teeth fixed. And we're not talking all their teeth. We're talking about light work. So it's expensive. It's expensive. But another reason Granny did it, Granny's guilty. She smoked cigarettes. But tooth health, gum health is related to heart health. Granny didn't want to take a mortgage out on anything. Granny didn't want to get a loan. Granny didn't want to do anything. So when this dentist came back and said, hey, and when I looked at that paper, I'm like, I just cried again. And then I had to realize, stop crying. This lady just saved you so much money. Stop crying. Because also on that paper was the real prices. So she cut everything in half, if not more. And a lot of things she did for free. And let me make payments. But best believe, I buy her gifts. People are like, oh, you don't owe her nothing. You paid her. No, I do owe her something. Well, technically in real life, I don't owe her nothing. But being the person I am, I owe her something because she helped me face my fear. She helped me get through something that every other dentist was like, oh, maybe you should do a medical vacay where you fly to another country. And I'm like, not doing that. She was willing to understand me. She was willing to help me get through my fear. And she was a human being. She was a human being. And she's like, you know what? She's seen as a genuine person. I even told her Granny was from the streets. I'm like, look, I don't want to go back to the streets to fix my teeth. I was honest with her. Like I told her, you're a dentist. You know what this is going to cost me. I said, I got out of the streets to be out of the streets. I was blocked. It's like something just told me, once again, a higher power just told me, keep it real with this lady. I missed other appointments to go see what other dentists thought. And I went to many other dentists, but something was leading me to this dentist. And it was like something's like the minute I walked in that building, something was like, just be honest with her, be truthful, just let her know about you. Either she's going to care or she's not going to care. And it's not like I was going in there asking for anything. It was nothing like that. I didn't even want no money to be knocked off anything. I didn't want anything. I just wanted her to work with me and take payments. That's all I wanted her to do. And she, lifesaver. I'm telling you, lifesaver. I love that lady. And that's why, when I do go in there, I do take her gifts. I take her staff gifts. We hug, we kiss, we've just built a good rapport. Now, here's the thing. This goes to show you how people can mesh well. Here's Granny from the streets. Here's a dentist who's went to college. We mesh well. People can get along from all different walks of life. You look like you steal silverware at the restaurant, but still tip. Jiggy, baby, Granny don't steal it all, honey bun. Don't even disrespect me like that. I help others put groceries in their house. I buy laptops and homeschool other people's children. I help people buy light bills. I've never stolen anything in my life, Jiggly. And that's very disrespectful for you to say that. That's how I know you cannot know Granny, because Granny would never. What makes it so crazy, Jiggly, I've seen you on a lot of my lives, and Granny tells her story throughout all her lives. So where you would even get something like that from, that just goes to show you're a troll. You have no time. You have obviously no life. I'm sorry to hear that. You know that you're unhappy with yourself, and you try to come on here and say rude things to Granny. But I want to reassure you, no way can somebody, I'm going to say it one more time, no way can somebody try to unalive Granny over this many times for me to be worried about you. If you think I'm going to go to bed crying about what you said, you're really wrong, baby. You're really, really wrong. So take this energy to someone else's page that you might be able to break down, because you can't break this one down. And I'm going to tell you this. Next time you want to try me, go harder than that. Do your big one. Don't come on here saying nothing stupid. Say something that might try, go hard or go home. Because what you're saying, it goes right over my head. I'm like, who? My silverware might cost more than your silverware for all you know. My teeth cost, wait a minute. So my teeth cost this much, And I've spent way more than the 50, and I'm still in silverware. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Yeah, lonely hater. Yes, you can ask me a question. Definitely. Joelle, good morning, honey bun. James, you can always ask me questions. Just phrase it nicely because sometimes we have children on here. Good morning, Jason. Yes, Kelvin, I can't believe that. It don't even make no sense. Who has time to do that? Who has time to even wake up and hate on anybody? Who does that? Who really has time like that? Don't waste your time on trolls. Stay on point, Granny. Oh, Granny ain't worried, but Granny just has to let them know that Granny's not. You look pathetic. That's all. Not you, Scene. But Granny just likes to let them know how pathetic they look and let them know that they're truly wasting their time. Hello, Jason. Good afternoon, honey bun. No, what not afternoon? What time is it, gosh darn it? Messing with our energy. See, that's it. This is a happy place. Granny's place is a happy place. Yeah, that's right. I agree, Kiwi. Do not come in here messing with our energy. Granny, come on. I know you could afford your teeth because you got Section 8 credit. That's the masculine side of you that you were talking about earlier. No, well, seeing Granny can actually get real ratchet, but once again, there's no reason for me to do that because Jigglypuff is really not even on Granny's level to even have a conversation with. Because if you see, look at the last comment he left. Granny can't even talk to somebody that don't have the sense God gave them. Living for today. Hello, living for today. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So Granny started this jaw surgery 13 years ago. Nobody could fix Granny's jaw properly. So this dentist was actually able to fix my jaw properly. But enough of that. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not acknowledging anymore. I'm just making sure you guys see so I'm not the only one seeing the ignorance. I'm just like, you see, Granny ain't even mad. She's laughing like, because it's actually, it's kind of funny. It's pathetic, but it's funny. Like, you know, listen, Granny tells everybody she ain't rich, but she's not poor. Oh my gosh. Kiwi, amen. Moving on. Living for today. How are you doing? What is your day consisting of? You know, Granny might eat. Granny might go to McDonald's for breakfast. Am I wrong for that? Oh, yeah. Is it Scene or Sean? We go through this every time. I'm just going to call you Peabody because I know I can get that name right. I hate to get people's names wrong. I feel so bad. Who wants to get in on this fitness challenge? The devil is a lie. Facts. Peabody is totally fine. Thank you, honey bun. Because Granny does not. I told you, you know what? I think that was your name. We went through this before. I think I remember saying this because I got a friend's name who spelled the same. Well, I got two friends. One I no longer hang around with, but one went by Scene. And yep, that's you. I remember now. And one went by Sean. Hello, Clint. How are you? Happy Thursday. I remember that conversation. It just came when I was saying that. Clint says, hello, Kiwi. Sean. Okay. Sean. Okay. Granny, listen. Granny can't remember what we talked about yesterday. I can kind of remember. Granny's getting old, y'all. Granny is getting old. I remember when I was younger being a lot quicker at it. Granny's getting old. But it's not really that, okay, Granny is getting old. It's just Granny has so much stuff going on with her mind. Not her mind. In her mind. Today alone, I've had to deal with the tutor that I take for the children, all the teachers. I'm homeschooling now. I'm back up to 8. I was down to 7. I'm back up to 8. I've had to deal with these teachers. These children have 7 classes, 7 different teachers, 8 kids. So do the math on how many teachers I have to talk to in the morning, throughout the day, at night. It's like, so my mind is just all over the place. I have, oh my gosh, this person needs this assignment done. We have to do a live lesson. We have to do this. This kid needs a tutor here. This kid can't figure out this math problem. This kid is just copying and pasting answers. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I walk early. Wait a minute, Cliff says, I'm okay just hauling blacktop. Oh, are you driving? Are you driving and texting? Clint, you better not be. Clint, we do not want you getting hurt, baby. You better not be. Shame on you. You need a pow pow, Clint. I walk early morning 2.5 miles every other day. I wish I had the time to do it. I wish I was trying to see if there was some way where I don't know how I would do it because I do want to start walking. It's like, do I do my lives? It's like I just have to pick and choose what I want to do. If there's something I could just like hook onto my shoulders, and like my phone can just be right there, and I can walk. And yes, that's my thing, Kiwi. I want to find something. I'm at the blacktop plant waiting to get loaded, hon. Well, thank God, Clint, because Granny does not want you getting hurt. Then I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh. And everybody, listen. A lot of people will tell you Granny is a crier. People will come on here. Granny's rough, but people will come on here and they say they have things wrong with them, and it will break Granny down. Granny doesn't like to see anybody hurt, sick, going through anything. My heart is way softer than what it should be. Granny, just know, Granny did not ask to be this soft-hearted person, Clint. Will you come see me in the hospital if I get hurt? Oh, heck yeah. Oh, Granny's that person. Oh, Granny's that person. Granny's definitely that person. Don't get hurt, though. Should do a FaceTime so we can all walk together and chat at the same time. So are you thinking like Sean, what is it called? What is it called? What's the word? What's the word, guys? Live stream? Not a live stream. What is it called, you guys? A chat group. What is that live called that people do where they Granny don't know nothing. And it's so crazy. This is the woman that spends all her days learning. And she can't think about what anything is called. StreamYard. A StreamYard? A Zoom? Do you think a Zoom would be better than a StreamYard? Because I know a StreamYard, you can add multiple people. Kiwi says, that's okay, we can figure it out. Sean, what can I buy? Limits it to an hour. Even though I'm paying for it? I'm like paying for it, and I've only used it like once. What is that tattoo about? Where's everyone from? Pennsylvania here. Oh, Pennsylvania. Zoom is free. No, I'm talking about the StreamYard thing. Oh, Zoom is only for an hour, you're saying? Salah. Oh, there's my brother from another mother. Hello, Salah. Look, you see I got on the gym outfit. You see I got on the gym outfit. You know what that means. Oh, your first hour is free. Okay. No, I need something. There has to be some type of device, you guys, where something that can sit on my shoulders and hold my phone like this. Is there a thing? Hello, silly Billy. Sala, I love you, honey bun. How have you been, sweetie? Sala is very good people, you guys. If you guys don't mind, you're welcome to go follow him. He is very good people. He has always treated Granny very, very well. I think Bongo, if that's what it's called, pays. GoPro. Can I do a StreamYard on a GoPro? I want to do something solid where, I'm limited on time, limited on this, limited on that. I want hands free, something that can hold my phone and I can do it live, a StreamYard or something with everybody. Where would the GoPro be at? Do I have to hold it? I'm glad you've been well. How's the family? How's mom? Salad got the coolest mom ever, you guys. The coolest gosh darn mom. You connect footage to StreamYard. So where does the GoPro go? What can I do to get the GoPro right here? Granny don't know about these. Also, wait, that's those things that people have like hooked on their hat or something, and they're jumping off planes. Will I have to walk down the street with a helmet on? Just Google, they have different attachments. Okay, I didn't think about that. Granny don't know nothing about them computers. Child, Granny don't know nothing about none of that stuff. And I be trying to be independent and not ask my children. It ain't working too well, but I'll try. I'll try anything once. Sally, how have you been? I see our little group has broken apart. It's all right. Maybe some things are meant to be, maybe some things are not meant to be, but good people stay in touch with good people. Sally, regardless, whatever happens in the YouTube universe, just know Granny loves you. You and I are a lot alike. Granny loves you. They do have one that you can wear around your chest, and it will be in front of you, looking at you in order to stream and talk at the same time, and you can stay hands free. Oh, yeah? Oh, I'm going to invest into that. Definitely. Some for arm, leg, head, they are various. Leaders and followers. Amen. Say it again, Sala. Hello, Candy. How are you? So Granny's going to GoPro up. That's what I'm going to do. You child, I got research. It's going to take me about a week of watching videos and learning. Welcome back, Candy. I'm very glad to have you, Candy, honey bunny. Just remember, Sala, regardless, whatever happens, Granny loves you. I'm on your team. Granny likes everybody for different reasons. You ain't never done nothing wrong to me. You're genuine. You got a good heart. That's what Granny likes. That's what Granny likes. My big thing is treat me how you want to treat me how you want to be treated, and we will be A-okay. Granny don't ask for a lot. I'm a simple woman, Sala. Did I ask you how mom was? Did you answer or not answer? Candy, what are you doing today, honey bun? Candy Garfield. Did anybody go see that new Garfield movie? Granny was going to see it, but she did not see it. I'm like, it might be good. I don't know. You're the realest. Serve God and his people. Thank you, Salad, for the $20. You know what, Salad? You know what I noticed on here? I'm glad me and you can just have this conversation for $2. I mean, for $2, for 2 minutes. I really appreciate that $20, by the way. You know what I noticed on YouTube? People want you to pick and choose and pick sides and things of this nature. And Granny just don't feel like that. There could be 20 people covering a story in 20 different directions. One could be a hater, one could be a lover, everybody has different views. And it takes all those views to make the story interesting. Do you know what I'm saying? I have the right to like every last one of those people. for whatever reason, you like people for different reasons. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sala? You really like people for different reasons. It could be their voice, the way they deliver, the way and you're like me, where we kind of just have this, we're older, Sala. This is it. We've been there and done that. We're not picking sides. I can like you, I can like you, I can like you, I can like you. And let me tell you something, Sala. Granny talked to Sonny on the phone. I talked to Sonny on the phone a couple times, and they were good conversations, very good conversations. And that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to talk to that young lady and just try to power her up mentally. I see she was not able to understand the videos I was doing and things of that nature. And I tried to reach out to her several times before I even started doing the videos. And I see we weren't able to do that. I don't know. I think she keeps her phone off because everybody calls her or whatever. But actually, you see, at one point I stopped doing videos because I'm like, you know what? I'm really not trying to hurt this girl. I'm not. I'm not going to mentor her any different than I would mentor somebody else. And I just went into her live one day and I'm like, Sonny, I'm trying to call you, baby, because this is one thing. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it solid. And I actually, Andrew, let me get you out of here, baby. I talked to her and beautiful conversation. We apologized to each other and she kept apologizing. I'm like, Sala, you do not, not Sala. I'm like, Sonny, you do not have to apologize. That's just it. I understand. There's no reason to apologize. Granny was once you. And I see a lot of myself in her. That's why Granny actually took a liking to her. Granny has that rough exterior, and she reminds me a lot of me. I got a daughter rough, way rougher than her. My daughter is like if me and Sonny had a baby, that would be the spawn. I'm not saying we're besties or nothing like that because I'm too old to be her bestie. But once again, she is a young adult to me. And Sally, I really like helping the children. I really, really do. And I want the best for her. I want the best for anybody on here, and anybody in life. Granny just don't always deliver her message in a soft way. And that's because Granny didn't come from a soft way of life. I stay neutral, but it's not enough. I'm not in high school. I agree, Sala. It's sometimes you're just like, really? Is this going on? In my life travels, I've seen people worse than that. She's a child of God. That's just it. Sala, people used to say things to me like, she needs to lose her page. She needs to do this. She needs to do that. Oh, her kids. And what people fail to realize the whole time, she needs that money from that page. Them kids are in her possession. She needs the best. It doesn't matter how we feel. That's that kid's mama. We're so busy looking at what we don't like. What. It ain't about us. It was never about us. That's her situation. Them are her children. That's her page. That she needs those things in her life. That page can generate money and make things better for her children. She has to be the best she can be for those children. So why we're over here? And people you say it all. They need to take her page. They need what? Why would you want to take money from somebody in that situation? That's one thing I never understood, Sally. They sit here, they call DCF on each other. They call people's apartments. They call people's jobs. Who do people think they are even doing that type of thing? And I'm not talking about Sonny is calling anybody. I'm just saying a lot of content creators. Who do people think they are doing that? You're not the higher power. Who are you to try to touch who are you to try to knock down anybody's check? Who are you to try to get anybody's children took away? Who are you to do any of that? Everyone has their own plight. I don't know how it feels to be in that position. I'm not doing anyone like that. Amen. I wish I would. I wish that. And now here's another thing. Let's say these people go and get somebody's child took away. What do they think? Them children are getting adopted into a beautiful home? Is that what they think? Them children are getting put into a system. And a lot of them homes, a lot of them places, them children are getting treated worse Worse, way worse, way worse for something you went and made a fake call about. Oh, I would never have that on my heart. Listen, elders, I'm not doing nothing to harm them. Disabled, not doing nothing to harm them. Children, I'm not doing nothing wrong to harm them. I'm not playing with nobody's family. Let me give you an example, Sally. Let's say I get mad at you. Let's say I'm one of these other people. You know, I would never, me and you would never. Let's say I get mad at you. I'm one of these other content creators. I go and get you fired from your job. Let's say you're taking care of mom. Mom needed your money for medical bills, medicine, stuff like that. I wouldn't even feel right having that on my heart. That was probably a bad example, but do you understand what I'm saying, Sally? I wouldn't even feel good as a human being. Not only did I affect you, I affected your mother, I affected your children. Who am I to have that power? Who am I? I would never, Sally, I would never. I would never. I sit here and I watch this stuff these people are doing. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Mess you a personal life over social media. Listen, in real life, you shouldn't even be doing nothing like that, let alone on social media. You shouldn't be, and karma is real. You shouldn't be doing nothing like that. No time, never. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to affect anybody's anything? You don't have that power. You don't have that right. That just goes to show you're messy and sloppy, and you have no life. You wouldn't want nobody to affect your life like that, so how dare you affect anybody else's? Oh, yeah, Sally, certain things Granny will never do, and I put my stamp on that. You will never say Granny did any of that, ever, ever. And it ain't bragging, it's just saying I'm that type, Sally, you would never neither. We're not them type of people. I got to get back to work. It's been nice listening to you and always a pleasure on your channel. I love you, Sean. Granny, catch you on the next one. I love you, Sean. Thank you for coming, honey bun. Yeah, Sally. Granny don't like that. That eats me alive. Every time I see somebody doxing somebody, what's the point of putting somebody's address out? You ain't going over there. Ain't nobody going over there. So it's like they're sitting here doing things, and whatever they think the outcome is, just because you call somebody's job, don't mean you're going to get them fired. Just because you call somebody's, this is how ignorant people are, Sally. Just because you call somebody's landlord, somebody's apartment complex, don't mean you're going to get them put out. You know, you do know there's a such thing as getting a lawyer. People do understand, even a job, you know, hey, you know, I end up getting a lawsuit, getting firing you just because somebody called the job, you know, child, it's a lot. That's why I'm like, people don't think. They don't think, Sally. They don't think at all. They don't think, and I'm like, I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to enjoy your lives and Granny's babies. I will drop my email under the post. Much love, Goldie. They not street facts. I love you, Scene. Big backs for life. Yeah, Sally, they don't play by street values. That's crazy that the people that are in the streets have more couth than the people that have not been in the streets. I love that name, Big Backs for Life. That gave Granny a good laugh. Happy Thursday, hon. That's what life is about. A good laugh. A laugh a day will keep the doctor away, gosh darn it. I promise you that. A laugh a day will keep the doctor away. Listen, Granny is coming back on at 5. Granny has to go do this gym thing because I'm going to win this 30-day challenge. So let me get off here so I can do what I got to do. You guys, please subscribe to Granny's page. This is, you know, we're lighthearted. We have fun. We support each other. We love each other. I'm sorry to get off so soon, Big Back. I wish you would have been here earlier, but I love you just as much. I love everybody. Mark, I love you. I love everybody. Everybody that's been on here. My mods. Anybody that's even stopped just to say, hey, happy Thursday. Hey, Granny. But I love you. I will see you. Kiwi, Granny loves you. I will see you next time. Everybody follow my page, subscribe, turn on your notifications. There's my boy, Mark. Mark, you better not be driving doing this. You better not be driving, throwing me up the peace fingers. I'm going to get you, Mark. Mark, are you driving? Are you driving, Mark? before I get off here. Are you driving, Mark? Tell the truth. I will come to your job with my chunk letter. Are you driving, Mark? Don't make me call your wife, Mark, and say you're driving. Oh, yeah, Mark is driving. Mark is driving. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mark. Don't freak Granny out. I love you, Mark. I love you guys. Granny's going to get off here. Mark, no more driving and texting Granny. Don't make me get my whip, okay? I love you. Have a good day, you guys. I love you all. I'll see you next time. And Mark, just peep in every now and then and let Granny know you're live, okay? Don't call her. I'm not gonna call her. I'm gonna have a plane. You know the plane that writes little words. Mark's texting and driving. It's gonna be written in the sky. I won't call her, but I'll have the plane put the word in the. She'll be like, Mark, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I love you, Mark. Have a good day, honey bun.